In February 2023, Meepo launched the Meepo V5, their much anticipated 2023 edition of the entry-level electric skateboard. It turns out, though, that it wasn't quite what fans had in mind. For a detailed review, feel free to check out our review of the Meepo V5. But the gist of it? The Meepo V5 did step up its game and build quality, but traded off that powerful, adrenaline-pumping speed that was a hallmark of Meepo boards. The Meepo V5 adopted a smaller set of 500-watt motors, delivering a top speed of 27 miles per hour or 44 kilometers per hour. Now, that's more than enough for most riders, but not quite up to snuff for hardcore e-skaters. And also, people are unhappy that they went with a basic remote without a screen for telemetry. And so, a mere 3 months after the $429 Meepo V5 hit the shelves, Meepo decided to go back to the drawing board and introduced another $469 budget electric skateboard, the Meepo V3s. Hold up, you may ask. Why call it V3s and not V5s or V6? Well, you see, the 2020 Meepo V3 was a massive hit, being the most powerful board among entry-level electric skateboards for a few years. And now, the V3s is basically its souped-up version. Now, let's look at the specs real quick. Priced at $469, the Meepo V3s sports a 38-inch deck crafted from 8-ply maple. Most notably, it went with a bigger pair of 540-watt motors, improved from the V5's 500-watt motors. It can hit 29 miles per hour or 47 kilometers per hour, a nudge faster than the Meepo V5's 28 miles per hour or 45 kilometers per hour. For the battery, it went with a 10S 2P battery with 21,700 cells, a total of 216 watt-hours. This is bigger than most boards under $500, and certainly bigger than Meepo V5's 144 watt-hour battery pack. Its range stands at a solid 17 miles or 27 kilometers, boasting a 50% increase over the V5. It still uses the 10S Lingyi ESC with 4-speed mode, renowned for its punchy acceleration, albeit at the slight cost of smoothness. This time, the ESC pairs with the M4S remote that has a screen that shows telemetry. Good. The wheels are standard 90mm street type. However, if you opt for the extended range version, which comes in at $599, you get a set of 105mm semi-AT wheels and, naturally, a larger 288 watt-hour battery using Samsung 40T cells. Now, that's an above-average spec for boards under $500, and it fixed the crowd's complaints about the power and the remote, but how about the riding experience? The Meepo V3s offers a riding experience more similar to the Meepo V3 than the V5. The 8-ply maple deck has a decent amount of flex, more than the Meepo V5 and WOW Go 2S Max, but less than the X-Way Flex. A handy addition is the handle cut out on the Meepo V3s, which might interrupt the board's aesthetics, but comes in incredibly useful when you need to carry it by hand. Weighing in at 18.5 pounds or 8.4 kilograms, the board, thanks to the handle, is not too heavy to lug around. The board has a mild concave shape, ensuring your feet stay cozy during the ride. The flex in the deck is just enough to make carving enjoyable while keeping the board relatively stable during high-speed rides. A crucial point considering the V3s comes packed with Meepo's signature punchy acceleration. Overall, the V3s offers a smooth and intuitive riding experience, making it a suitable choice even for beginners. Both the acceleration and brakes are gentle and responsive. However, once you switch to the 4th mode, it's like the board takes the gloves off and responds with super aggressive acceleration. The brake modes follow a similar trend, starting with gentle braking in the 1st mode and graduating to strong brakes in the 4th. In fact, the V3s is again one of the most powerful affordable electric skateboards right now. In terms of torque and acceleration, it's neck and neck with the WOW Go 2S Max, but it somehow feels more thrilling as the Lingyi ESC delivers a more forceful kick during initial acceleration. Interestingly, even though the V5 was supposed to be more beginner-friendly, we found the V3s to offer a smoother ride. Granted, we do have a soft spot for flexible decks, so we might be a bit biased here. On to the electronics. The 216 watt-hour 10S 2P 21700 battery, while larger than most entry-level electric skateboards, which typically use a 144 watt-hour battery, fell a bit short in our tests. Our 100 kilogram test rider managed to get only half the advertised range from a single charge, wrapping up the ride at 10 miles or 16 kilometers. It's a bit disappointing for a 216 watt-hour battery, but it does highlight how large motors are more power hungry and how rider weight significantly impacts mileage. However, for a $400 board, it's within expectations, and if you're a casual rider weighing around 150 pounds or 70 kilograms, you could likely squeeze out the 17-mile range on a single charge. Let's talk about the trucks next. The board uses Meepo's proprietary 7-inch die-cast shredder trucks. They performed quite decently. This time, they were perfectly configured for us right out of the box. Great for carving around in sharp turns, yet stable enough. Obviously, Meepo V3s was not without its weakness. First, the ground clearance is pretty low, and the enclosures would often scrape against speed bumps. Second, like all other hub boards, road vibrations are its Achilles heel. Like all entry-level electric skateboards that opt for a hub drive, the V3s is not the most comfortable ride on rough roads. However, thanks to its flexible deck, it fares better than most hub-driven longboards. With that said, if you frequently encounter rough roads, we'd recommend opting for the 105mm wheel upgrade, or perhaps consider getting a belt-driven longboard instead. All in all, we are pretty impressed with how swiftly Meepo responded to the critique surrounding the Meepo V5, and how they hit the nail on the head with their changes. Meepo V3s not only brings back the power that Meepo boards is known for, but it also introduces minor enhancements over the V5. This means a larger battery than most of its competitors, a good comfortable deck that we enjoy, and a solid riding experience. While the tamer, easier, and cheaper V5 was what Meepo thought beginner riders would want, the stronger V3s is, in the end, the board that people do want. And it is going to be a pretty popular board for the years to come. As always, if you are looking to buy a Meepo, or actually any e-skate, be sure to use our affiliated discount code with the link below. It will help you get a small monetary discount and helps us out too. You'll also be tagged as an Electric Skateboard HQ customer and probably be treated better. Ride safe, guys.